Yes, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Andrew on Relax Radio. We're gonna be here together till 2 o'clock. So the next 1 hour, you need to brace yourself, and we have a good time like we always do. And if you want, you can get the app as from the Stripe burner to get the app on Android or iOS, and you can listen to us from there for free. And it's a good time always. So brace yourself for next 1 hour where we'll have a good time.
Online on the iOS and Android. On your mobile phones, Bengali's biggest conversation around the globe. This is Relax Radio.
আও সব মিলে কাজটা ছেড়ে রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি আও সব মিলে কাজটা ছেড়ে রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি রিল্যাক্স রেডিওতে প্রতিদিন শোনা যায় বাংলার প্রতিধ্বনি রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি রিল্যাক্স রেডিও শুনি
Relax Radio.
Relax Radio.
Yes, it's another week. It's another time to have a good time with Andrew on Relax Radio. We are available on all platforms of Relax Radio. The Relax Radio is from the bottom on the Facebook, Instagram, radio, and no, Twitter and YouTube. So you can access to us. You can access us from there, and you can also access us from the app. And we're live, so whatever is happening here that you can see is as it happens. And it's Andrew, Relax Radio from um, till 2, and Monday to Friday you can catch me on the handles across the bottom of your screen, and we can always kick it live there, and get to know me and see who I am. So when you on the show and what's being said, you can connect because some of the things you're seeing them on my socials. So I suppose uh, it's interesting I say because you know how these actors and you follow these series and what's going on, and you're watching, and then you're seeing somebody portraying a character, and then you go on their social handles and it's a whole different person, and it's like, you're actually doing well in your acting, because I would have thought, like, you know what I mean, from seeing your Insta and that, and you out here dressing all different. Sometimes it's actually uh, the other way around. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you can say this person is actually good at acting, but then sometimes it's like, you know what? Now I find her a bit fake. It's like it's like, how can he be out here dressing all modeling and all these different gowns, going for all these different award shows, and going for dinner and dates, and then she's her character in a film is somebody totally different. It's like, so you know what I mean. It causes some disconnect effect, and is it can sometimes blow you away from, but sometimes you can say, do you know what, she's actually good at what she does, because the person who she is outside of work, and it's, it's crazy. It's as it seems. But it's another time, it's another day, so we continue to live. And live life is good. And the reason why I say life is good is because I'm having a good time. This weekend was great. Had a good time, and sometimes it's always great to reconnect with your side. Just be just out there having a good time. The new piano wave is on top of the scene now. Piano is the new genre that everybody is leaning towards, and it's a nice, nice good feeling music, and with the lock drum and the beat and you know everybody just moving. You don't have to find yourself trying to learn all these dance moves, but you just sort of go with the music and the flow and everything nice. You know what I mean? So an artist from South Africa came through, and he's a DJ. I'm sure those viewing are going to be, know who he is. And if you Google him, Cubs that is small is the one that's bringing the heat from down south, and him and the other Scorpion King, Maporisa, is the ones that are out there doing the thing. It was a but it was a live situation. It's unfortunate that when you have a good time, you have a good time so much that you forget what you come here for. And we was there and with my boys, and we was having a good time, and everything went down. But everything went down besides actually seeing him perform. So it's like, where is this guy? He's supposed to be performing. It's going to early hours of the morning. Where is he? And it was crazy because later on, when you look at people's snaps and you see him perform, it's like, so how did I miss that? It's crazy, may seem. I had a good time though. I can't. And I used to have a conversation with people and say, do you know what? What is it that makes an outing like a night out, like a good night? And people used to mention to me that the road trip is actually, if you're going out, that road trip to the venue is the greatest thing. Sometimes, you know sometimes if you get a proper Uber driver that allows you to play your music, then you can win on the road trip. But if you find an Uber driver that's not happy, you just, no, my friend, no, my friend, I don't play people's music. Just listen to my LBC that I'm listening to, and you'll be unfortunate because you just have to go listening to LBC, or usually that's the radio channel that they in. But soon, y'all are going to be tuning into Relax Radio soon. Technology allows us, so be it. It's going to be working, and we get better each day, and the numbers are going up, and we appreciate y'all that us following us, and seeing how we do, and all the comments that you giving us and saying how maybe we can reach out to more people and so forth, and it's really a good thing. So let's continue to engage with us, and fill up the comment sections, and then we know we're doing something right, and then give us feedback on what we're doing, and then we sure gonna have be reaching out to more people as things go. And yes, the app is being utilized, and we also appreciate that as well. And .net is on the website. People are tuning in, and we continue to connect with a whole lot of people, and we appreciate your your engagement, and every little counts. It counts. Tell a friend to tell a friend that Relax Radio is popping, and we continue to pop, and we go and pop off. You know, before you know it, you'll be coming to us for everything. I mean, at the moment, you can still reach out because we are also venturing in real estate, so it's also available. So you can also reach out to us, and for advertising, your commercials, we could get them on, and a reasonable fee, so we can uh, you know do well together as a community. Yeah, so life needs to be sweet because I'm sure y'all are experiencing the Monday blues this morning into lunchtime, and you probably seated there at work. If you followed instructions on Friday and just left like you were coming back, and then you came back today, then I'm sure you are having a good time. I can't tell you everything, guys. It's you know, I don't have the blueprint. Even if I do, I can't tell you everything. You know, so I'm hoping you had a good weekend, and you continue to have a good life and a good week. You know, because those 2 days are the strongest day, Saturday and Sunday. The rest of the 5 days are weak. The rest of the 5 days are weak. You know, if we could, if we could, we would change working days. Because I mean, everybody wants to work 4 days a week. I mean, you could if you're a boss. You know, be a boss out there, and but not everybody can be a boss. So just try and help yourself work less so that you can have a free spirited life, and where life is nice, and we do things in a way that we enjoy, because you need to find your passion, and then with your passion find the market, and then that way you have a good time for the rest of your life, because you'll be doing what you like. And when you do what you like, you sort of and getting paid for doing what you like, it's works out in your favor, because it's what we want. We want money. Money is the center of everything, and but in order to get this, we need to do something to get it, and hope that which you use to get it is what you like. And some of us, people have habits. Some of them are expensive, and some of them, they really need cash. So it's needs to be strategized on how you get that cash, because at the end of the day, with us, we like to look for wealth to take care of our health later on, which is not fair on us, because you need to be able to pay the body that works. you know if you can't do that, then you'll be repairing the body that works. Is that fair? you know you need to be able to pay the body that works. So if you find yourself having an addiction that sort of suits you, well, let me say that in a way, it's okay to reward yourself in whatever that you like, which is not necessarily an addiction, um, but in a thing that you like, that you have a good time doing, or in everything that you enjoy doing. If it means enjoying your cakes, because you live once, guys, you need to understand that. So in living once, we need to be able to have a good time. And when you have a good time, because you work hard, you know work is a man's best friend. But you need to play hard and work hard. And then having said that, you need to be able to help yourself get better in terms of doing things that you like, so that you feel the need to go back to work. So this is how the cycle goes. You go to work and reward yourself. When you reward yourself, you go back to work with motivation that, oh yeah, do you know what, I want to reward myself even better this time. And with that, it takes you, brings about the snowball effect that helps you become better, and work harder, and do things better, and have a good time, and still work hard, because ideally work is supposed to be a man's best friend. How you going to protect and provide for your family if you cannot work? So that's the source of the good times. Okay, now we're gonna go on a short break and be back in a minute. Yep, we are back, and we are back. Everything nice. We continue to do things in a certain way, in a lovely and certain way, now more African, and you're seeing the gray hair, and you're listening to the wise words, and coming from a great African man by the name of Andrew mm, Dingani James. So it's another interesting thing that my initials are ADJ Mtunzi. So it's like people always say that it was at all so when sometimes when I do DJing and stuff, it's like what's your stage name? I'm like, I don't need a stage name. I was born to do this. It's even engraved in my name. By my initials, I am the DJ. Yeah, so as crazy as it may seem, all my names are of kings. So if you check on King Andrew, King James, and King Tingani, you'll know that I am royal by my names. So next time you see me, call me King. Yeah. So uh, you know, it's sometimes you need to be able to tell yourself the good things about yourself and live up to them, because how naming is really an important thing in the African culture, and you know we are usually given names to sort of give us a purpose. So most of our names are action names, and with these action names, it's supposed to be purposeful. So this is what you need to do to find purpose, as your name says. So you find that there's a lot of us called, my African name is Dingani, which means it could mean, depends on how you spell you pronounce it, because it could mean look for it. Uh, it's look for it. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes you could say maybe it's something to do with looking for something. That's basically it. So the whole well, I've been looking for things. Yeah, some of them I've found them, and some of them I haven't. But such is life, and I'll continue looking for things. And if you see me next to you, I'm looking for something. find find out what I'm looking for, and you probably have it. Help me out, you know. So you continue to look for things. You have names like uh looking for a popular name that everybody can connect to. Well, yeah, no good one, but our naming, especially when it comes to the south of Africa, our naming ways are inclined with action and purpose, and say you probably find yourself doing things that your name is. So you'd find like or because previously people were given nicknames, what is now regarded as a nickname, and that sort of grew into you, and you become sort of the nickname that became. And word is we sort of um, our way of things in is that which then introduced to the idea of surnames, but otherwise we never called them that, or we didn't look at it that way. And it was sort of interesting if you kind of dig up the history. It's we don't have it's unfortunate that our ancestors left some of this information in say maybe the wrong hands, or in the wrong places, or you know what I mean. But we still have people who sort of keep that history in themselves, and it's unfortunate that they don't communicate it to those that look into, because the culture is sort of aligned in a way that um, it's made out of the traditions and the history of people, and that should be carried on their way and do things that they, uh, which I sometimes find interesting to have. I think in Ghana or in the West Africa, where people have English surnames, and I don't know. I would like anybody out there from the West to sort of explain how do you guys end up having, say, maybe you have somebody called John Williams, or you know what I mean? Uh, because I'm sure like your ancestors trace back to uh, um trace back to a native language from your place. Uh, because I would say English, I mean, an English surname doesn't really makes you wonder like how did you end up having an English surname? Unless maybe if you're a part of your lineage had a part of your lineage had a white man or English person, and if you it was interesting to find out that if you trace back the lineage of the queen, she has black ancestry in her. Um, I can't remember yet, but I read it the other day and I found it really interesting. And if you really look up to her lineage, I think the king of yeah, I think if I'll probably look into it and I'll share with you tomorrow. But in the meantime, we need to um, look at Mr. Idris Alba, one of uh, one of our British actors who's been doing well with himself and is looking to be a part owner of Channel 4, as it's been rumored to be commercialized, and we're hoping that a couple of brothers or anybody out there could sort of find themselves doing good things to the network. And Edris Aboy was rumored to be one of the guys, and it's a good thing because he was already got the whole wine situation going on, and his catalog of movies and films, series, from Luther to being Luther, and a whole lot of those Luther. There was there's Ways the DJ, and some of his songs doing well, but we just hope that if it's true, because it's allegedly, let's hope they don't start digging up any of his past just to let's hope they don't do a Bill Cosby on him, and things don't go well. This is the Bill Cosby. It was a we look at him and say he was a good guy, but the dark secrets came out, and he wanted to when he wanted to buy NBC, and because he was the narrative really is interesting because he was working for them, and he got frustrated on how he was how um, ethnic minority was being portrayed in TV, and he wanted to sort of make changes in terms of how black people in particular were being showcased, and with that frustration, he started to get together with people to let's try and because you can only be your you can only do things that you want as a boss, but not as somebody who's just a worker there. So having tried to get that, they say, listen, you've been messing around. A whole list of things that a whole list of things that you know he'd been done in the past, true or false, but the objective is to kill his persona, and just and from then the other investors decided, you know what, we're not going to be a part of this because we don't want to be associated with somebody doing all this, and it's going to be messed up, you know. But this is the thing, though. I find it interesting because I've had conversations with people, and sometimes in drunk mode, people have revealed the truth, and sometimes you hear all these stories that do you know what? I think it was the height of the R. Kelly situation, and there's mixed views about how things are going down. And what sort of got to me was, listen, we was dealing with people who was already older than us, like already in their 20s, and they was working, and we was in high school, and all we did was wear our, when you see girls with the trousers that don't have the whole thingy, it's this the trousers that's like, what's this, the trousers that looks like tight, uh, and it doesn't have, and it's, you can sort of pull off and show up in any place dressed up like that. And like, we was already doing this, but we just didn't say to nobody. We knew we was doing things that was not cool, but and you know but what could we do? I mean, at the age of 15, we was looking to engage into sexual activities, and our sort of age group wasn't doing what we was hoping they'd do. And it was just uh, in terms of free house, like the older guys managed to book hotels and book, and the older guys knew what they were doing, but they just didn't tell nobody. So there's a lot of dark secrets going on where people are doing things, but are just not being said out. If they had to expose everybody, a lot of people will be in trouble. I mean, for instance, Eric had a situation. Uh, his boys knew what he was doing. The people around him knew what he was doing. So, uh, you know, they condoned it. How do you find yourself with the guy that's doing things, and you're still sticking around him and let him do what he's doing? It's one thing to see something happen, and it's the other thing to say, what I mean, what's happening is wrong. And it's crazy to say, if you can't tell somebody in their face, don't gossip about them. You know what I mean? So it's rather correct the situations before it got out, so that nobody's in trouble at the end of the day, because you also implicate. Yeah, so we cannot lie and say people are not doing the same thing or whatever, but we don't condone it. But at the same time, let's not play nice and point fingers, because these things happen, and when they happen, they catch up with you. So that's why, those that are aspiring to be rich people, just don't find yourself, you know, doing anything crazy, because it catches up with you. But yeah, what can you do? It's crazy. It seems like it's you need to get things done the right way and know and understand what you're doing, and ask yourself, why am I doing this? How am I doing this? With who am I doing this? Because what you overlook is you can do something bad with somebody, and next thing you know, they snitching. you know. But let's go on a short break.
Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The diagnosis. The pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio. through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The Diagnosis. The Pro Analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio.
Yep, we are back, and we are back live and direct in your face. So if you're watching us live from your Facebook or from anywhere, YouTube or anywhere, this is Andrew live on Relax Radio, and it's the Lunch Mud Show, Monday to Friday at these times of the day. So it's during lunch hour. So if you're out there with um your people from work or having a lunch break, you can just tune in. You can get us on the app, and you can comment on the comment section, or you can get to us through yes our social media. And yes, so Andy Carroll people, you know, Andy Carroll's disappointment in failing the mental and physical test to go to the club Brugge in Belgium. You know, he could have gone there as it's but the physical situation ain't quite cutting it. So it was sad that he came all the way from his honeymoon holiday, and on coming back to receive the disappointing news, to say that he didn't quite cut it. You know, he didn't quite cut it. You know, it's a sad situation. I remember when he was playing for Newcastle, and then doing wonderfully. He was good, and then he went to Liverpool, and then West Ham, and you know, doing the do. But in trying to go out there, and because the barge, the barge, the team in Birmingham in Belgium has been winning. It's got 18 trophies after what's this? The league there. And with that, it's won the last three consecutive. So I mean, it was gonna be a good thing for him, because I mean, at this point in time, that he's a free agent. It's just there loitering about, and no, he's not. He doesn't have a fixed board at the time. So at this point in time, so it would have been ideal for him to go be there and try to get his ex together, because of late he's not been as consistent as we know him to be. And in as much as he's the English captain, he's been the England captain for 9 times, and you know it's his performance is really sort of went down, because I mean, if he was in the past, he was scoring good goals, and now he's just doing 3 goals in 15 games. You know what I mean? It's inconsistency, and it's sad in a way that you see these things, and these guys. But it's interesting how you could fail such tests. It's unusual for people to do such, unless maybe he was doing some things. You know, you know, when you become somebody, you become overwhelmed, and then you sometimes some people have traits, and those traits keep coming back even at a stage where they are actually you know great, and then those traits are the one that come and cause destruction. And sometimes you're doing the thing, and you're living your best life, and forgetting that the body that works needs to be in full body condition that works for you. And as sad as it might be, it's interesting how such things turn out. And it was like the team that he was going to go to, the project, he was initially, they won the cup yesterday. And initially it was initially 1-0 and then they managed to turn around and win the game by 3-1. And it's you look at them and think, ah, these guys are good, and and all this. So for him to go there, it will be actually a good thing for him to step there and become somebody over there because they're already winning. And mhm, with the consistency situation, it just didn't work out for him. And it's a sad thing, but some people are. You look at them at the age of 34, and but you see, at the age of 34, and he's already that rich and oh well, put aside famous, but I mean, with the soccer players, is the amount of money that they get every week, and it's ridiculous. And at the age of 34, and it's my age, and my age, I'm still trying to work hard to make myself become somebody, So, but it's it's not always, it doesn't always work for everybody. So it's just, but the bottom line is we need to find our passion and live the rest of your life being paid for having a good time, you know. So I ask you a simple question now: if your child was not doing good in math and he was good at football, would you get him a football coach or a maths tutor? Let's fill the comment section. If you had a child that was good in football and they was not doing well in maths, would you pay for their tour or do you get them a sporting coach? I want to hear from you guys to say what would you do? What is balanced? How would you manage the situation? What's the best way forward? Because um, many times we've overlooked these things and made it seem. And these a lot of us was good in sports in primary school, but we didn't push to the limit. But then it caught up with us because other things came into place, and the devil's juice was one of them, and chasing after cars, so to say, chasing a bucket. You know how a dog barks at cars, and Mhm. uh, barks at cars as they go by, and those that can relay, can connect. But like I asked, talk to me. If your child was good in football and bad in maths, would you get them a tutor or would you get them a coach? Let's see from the comment section. Like, somebody say something because it's a really interesting talk, and especially in connection with such football. And sometimes many parents try to corner you to do something that you are not really keen on. But then at the same time, math is something that's supposed to help you because many times our soccer stars and sometimes our entertainers, our entertainers, sportsmen, many of them, majority of them don't have a fallback option. In case that anything happens, are you good? You know. So would it be wise to pay for a maths tutor or get us a football coach? Yeah. Sometimes things happen and then we find ourselves in the land of the lost because we followed somebody's dream, which drives me to the point where for those that are growing up, are you your parents' child or you are you? Because many times we forget that we are we and play the parents' child. You know, are you Joseph or you are Susan's son? It's one of the answers that we need to answer ourselves. Are you Joseph or you are Susan's son? Because many times we fall under a trap of somebody's idea, but when we cannot fulfill that idea, you know what I mean? Because what we overlook is that you are both parents' child. So um, there's genes of being a thief from the other, and there's genes of being a pastor from the other. So when those two genes meet, you start stealing in the church. You see? So that's who you are. So if you try to play Susan's son, Susan is passing on the thief. So if you become Susan's son, you become a thief. But if you become John's son, you become a pastor. But you are both these people's things. So you are a thief in the church. so, so, but then the ultimate thing is that you are you. You see. So yeah. Let's continue this conversation after the break. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The diagnosis. A pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio. Through the eyes of the megaminds of our time. The diagnosis. A pro analysis. Every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Relax Radio.
Yep, we are back, and we are back with a bang. And we are back with the bang. Yeah, it's we're back full of power. Yeah, man. It's life is good. I mean, you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. I'm telling y'all. You know, my life is nice. You know, I smile, and you won't break my soul. Like Beyonce said it. I mean, that tune's been all over my head, man, and I'm having a good time with it. Um, cause I'm a house fan. It's house fan, so it's sort of connected with me very well. And initially, I was listening to the song, I was thinking, this song's good. The person sounds like Beyonce, and then I looked, oh shit, shame, shame to all. Uh, it's a shame for all y'all that are trying to bring out some summer heat because she's dropping an album in a minute. So, and that single in itself just hit the spot. And as crazy it may seem, it's on my playlist at the moment. I'm just playing it and playing it. I'm on the bus. I'm on a train. I'm just sort of going on repeat for a minute. That's how I think. I don't know how how they do their thing. The cutters just they decide to do all these things, and it's everything that they do is themed, and they bring out all these different things, and we just appreciate them. Well, I mean, you can't help it but just appreciate. They've got that whole brand name, and it just works. You know what I mean? So if you listen to the song, and it's like, it's all motivation. We've been through a whole situation, the pandemic, and you want bring back bring things back to life, and so you just throw in some motivational talks. Leave your job. Not everybody can do that. Yeah, she says, just leave your job, just leave your, and just go out there and do you and be happy, and do everything by you. And it's just the lyrics themselves are proper motivation to people, but it needs to land on the right ears, because one will get the wrong idea. So you need to listen carefully. That's why you need to play a couple of times, because you won't get the idea the first time. And it's a great song, and the 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 the, um, the beat to it is, that house feeling. It's very nice. And people are having different views on the whole situation, because um I mean, even with Drake, they're saying how people are, uh you know all of a sudden now these guys are going on to this house vibe. It's like, what's going on? Like, where where is the R&B hip hop? I suppose maybe now you get to a point where you just bring you to anything. I mean, touch, if you anything that I'm on is nice. You know what I mean? So you're looking for me. You're not looking for what, man. You know what I mean? When you get that level of stardom, you are great. You are good, because but then one of the things that someone was saying, how is that the mention of house being connected to its roots, being from Chicago, and the black DJs that used to make the beats, the house beats. And then in the 90s, there was a low attendance by black DJs, or a low production of house by DJs. And then the white DJs became behind the desk, and then it led to techno, it led to all these different things. But then if you go back into time, or I mean, if you go Africa, for instance, in South Africa, there's a lot of house, but I suppose it's also coming from Chicago, and the sample of the beats, and it's there's a whole my genre now is techno Afro house. It's takes me to places. I mean, it's the partying you party with those from dusk till dawn, from head to heaven. You know, it's it's great, especially at night, and when you had a few balls, and you had a few drinks in, and You don't need to hear somebody talk. I'm not listening. I need to hear something that will make me feel, you know, that will connect with my soul. So you won't break my soul. Put a house beat to it and get things going. You know, as great as it may seem, I'm glad at least now we can uh sing along to some Beyonce. I mean, drunken love. We only sang the part where is if you feel you the if I to say so much. That's when Us Man came in, you know. But now we can. You won't break my soul. But trust me, like get on the bandwagon. It's no beehive situation. It's for everybody. I mean, even I think it brings back the '90s house. So even if in the '90s I was the year 2000, I was 12 years, and I suppose those that I probably say 10 years older than me. They had those songs, and they had a good time with those songs, and so this is the time to come back to the drawing ground and listen to some of that house you know listen to some of that house and have a good time with it. I saw the track list is not quite clear, but I think there's about at least 12 songs on there. So let's just wait and see on how she gonna pen out her whole situation, because she always it's always a whole album that you buy for Beyonce. You don't just buy singles. Although for me, it's been the heat. Initially, Beyonce is cool. She's Jay Z's wife, but I'm a Jay Z fan. So I initially used to listen to the song that features Jay Z, and then I started to listen to the songs that are singles, and now I just that what, let me give her a whole um, time, a whole time. So I listened to the whole album. The first album a whole full album was Lemonade, and you just okay, okay. But then this is the thing. I listened to Lemonade after their joint album, All Is Love, and then I was like, let me just give a chance to Beyonce and see how she does outside the singles. And so, yeah, somebody she got bangers. Something you really connect with them and think, this she's good, and there's the reason why she's the queen. She it's worked out in her favor, you know and it's always a good time to listen to these guys, and they keep giving us the shiznit, the shiznit, the shiznit. Man, mm, it's crazy for sheezy. Mm. Anyway, it's been a good time with you guys. I hope I meet you guys in the comment section on the video that's gonna be left on the social page more than on YouTube. And I hope to see you continue to watch these and increase the viewers. And if you want to advertise, just connect to us, and we'll get you advert on our shows and on our station, and you know everything nice. Then we can connect and help each other as the community to prosper. Relax Radio, Andrew, signing out.